You're not broken, but you are carrying something that doesn't belong to you. Carl Jung once said, "Nothing has a stronger influence psychologically on their children than the unlived life of the parent." And in that single sentence, he revealed the hidden truth. Most of the pain you carry didn't begin with you, it began with her. The mother wound isn't always visible. It's not just about having a bad childhood or a cruel parent. Sometimes it's subtle. The way you shrink yourself when speaking. The way you chase love that hurts. The way you fear being too much or not enough. And here's the painful paradox. She may have loved you deeply, but love, when filtered through her unhealed trauma, can still wound. She may have handed you her anxiety instead of affection, her silence instead of safety, her shame instead of support. You were too young to question it, so you assumed, if she's distant, I must be unlovable. If she's overwhelmed, I must be the problem. But the truth, you inherited pain that was never meant for you. Pain that was never named, never grieved, never healed. You are the echo of generations. But you can become the one who ends the cycle, not by blaming her, but by finally seeing what she couldn't face. And in that moment of clarity, everything begins to shift. It didn't start with you, but it lives through you. The way you push people away when they get too close. The way you overachieve, hoping to feel worthy for once. The way love feels dangerous, and solitude feels safe. These aren't flaws, they're survival codes written in you by someone else's suffering. Carl Jung taught that our unconscious isn't just personal, it's collective. That means you carry not only your own experiences, but the emotional DNA of those who came before you. So if your mother never felt safe, neither will you. If she was never allowed to cry, your tears will feel like weakness. If she was never seen, you'll fear being visible. And yet, you think it's just you. You call yourself too sensitive, too needy, too intense, but you were wired to feel what she suppressed. You were trained to adapt to her emotional weather, not your own. It's not your personality, it's your protection. You became what she needed, not who you were. That's how her pain became your pattern, and now, you repeat it in your relationships, your self-talk, your dreams. You chase love that feels like abandonment. You sabotage peace because chaos feels like home. But there's a deeper truth emerging. You don't have to keep repeating her pain to stay loyal to her. Your healing doesn't betray her. It honors what she never had the chance to do. You were never meant to carry this, and the moment you realize that, your real life begins. There's a war inside you, and most days, you don't even know it's happening. One part of you longs to be free, to rest, to trust, to feel worthy just as you are. But another part, it flinches at the thought of softness. It whispers, don't get too close, don't speak too loud, don't need too much. That part isn't cruel, it's protective. It's the part that was born the moment your mother's wounds became your blueprint for love. Carl Jung believed that healing requires bringing the unconscious into the light. But how do you make visible a wound that was never named? The mother wound hides beneath your strengths. It hides in your independence that was never optional. In your calm exterior that masks suppressed chaos. In your perfectionism that says, if I just get it all right, maybe I'll be safe. But no achievement will heal a pain that was never about performance. No success will quiet the inner child, still wondering, why didn't she see me? Why wasn't I enough? You've spent years blaming yourself for not being healed enough. But how could you heal what you weren't allowed to feel? The war inside you began with a silence outside of you, and the first step to ending it is giving yourself permission to grieve. Grieve the mother you needed but didn't have. Grieve the self you lost trying to be what she wanted. Because the wound only owns you when you pretend it isn't there. But the moment you speak it aloud, you start to remember who you were before the pain. You don't just heal for yourself. You heal for every version of you that suffered in silence. For the little child who kept it together so no one else would fall apart. For the teenager who wore masks to be loved. For the adult who still feels unworthy, even after giving everything. And maybe, just maybe, you also heal for her. For the mother who couldn't be what she needed to be, Not because she didn't love you, but because no one ever gave her the space to become whole. Carl Jung said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate." This is your moment of awakening. You are not fated to repeat her pain. You are not doomed to chase her ghosts. You are not obligated to carry what broke her. You can set it down. You can choose differently. You can become the one who finally looks back not with blame, but with clarity and says, "This ends with me." The world doesn't change because someone gives more. It changes when someone finally refuses to carry what never belonged to them. You are not here to fix the past. You are here to feel what was unfelt, to speak what was unspeakable, to live what was unlived. This is not the end of your story. It's the beginning of your return to self. The self you were before the wound, before the silence, before the guilt. Before you forgot, you were already whole. Call to CTA, heal the wound, or pass it on. There is no third option.